Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are gonna be continuing the narration and character voice acting for the PORTATORI de VELLUTI story. Right then, part 3, so as always, to anybody bumping into the voiceover through this very episode, you can find the full playlist for this in the description of the video, together with all the other connecting stories to PORTATORI. So enjoy, and thank you very much. And yeah, so part 3, and just like last time, today's part will be doing some connecting. Today's part will be doing a bit more flashing out stuff and delivering us a bit more points of views on certain events that we've seen so far. And it's pretty interesting so far, is all I can say. Also in today's part, considering we're gonna go all the way to stage number 6, we also will be inviting dear old Crown Slayer, aka Ludmilla, here to join us in, but that will be at the end of the episode. I do like to keep those in these episodes on these side stories when we get free operators. Unless I forget, sometimes it happens. But yeah, we're gonna do that at the end of today's part. But yeah, in other parts, I am very happy to see that some of you have enjoyed the, the 2 thumbnails for the previous episode. Yes, for those of you who haven't noticed, yes, there were 2 thumbnails. It's pretty much the same scene, just one is calm, the other one of it is angry. In one instance, and I wonder if there were more people who got it that way, but in one instance there was a situation where the person who was opening the video had the calm picture, but the moment the video opened, it was the angry picture. So that is a whiplash. For anybody who got it in the same way, congratulations, you probably now know how the mafiosi felt in that scene in the winery when he walked into the nice little chat between between Lavinia and Ingrid. So yeah, you know how he felt now. But yeah, anyhow, we are gonna be doing a quick little recap here as always. So for those of you who wanna skip that, you can do so with all the timestamps down below in the comment section, in the pinned comment, and yeah, you'll be at the start of today's part. But in the meantime, on the last one, we started with Demetri meeting Alberto and asking him about Leon and the car accident. However, Alberto denies knowing anything about it and excuses himself to another meeting. Alberto meets with Irene and she offers the Don the truck that caused the accident in exchange for making it disappear, and in return Alberto gets a bargaining chip against the other famiglia. They head to the docks where Naomi and the police are already searching, but before they can do anything, the truck that was hidden under a tarp and as a float for the parade catches on fire. Meanwhile, 2 Signori de Lupi meet in an alley. Project Red's grandma, who we now know is called Caesar or Caesar, depending on how you want to pronounce it, meets with another of her kind by the name of Vargo. Vargo has been hiding his fangs somewhere in the city, it seems, but it also seems that grandma here knows where. We then switch to Umberto and Lucino as they are doing their tailoring work. Lucino goes out at the end of that to get some medicine for Umberto and also to deliver some suits, and then Ingrid walks in. Ingrid is there because she was asked by Vargo to come and be a bodyguard for Umberto because Umberto is Vargo's hidden fang. In exchange for her work, Vargo will tell her the truth about how her daughter Lisa got infected. Somewhere else in the city, Caesar meets with Zaro and he tells her about Vargo's hidden fang and who it is. This links us back to the prior scene of how she knew who it is when speaking to Vargo. Meanwhile, Lucino is delivering 2 suits in the city, but sees a car crash happen. It is the same car crash that Leon was in, connecting us back to the start of the story and who the person was that was trying to help Leon then. Sadly, Lucino doesn't get to do much there because Gambino and Capone grab him and take him to the Venezias for questioning. Somewhere else, Project Red runs into Luna Cub and they start to fight. Their fight is cut short, however, because Ingrid appears in an attempt to neutralize the other fangs before they find Umberto. This whole exchange of blows is also happening close to the car crash. At the Saluzzo winery, Demetri has a small chat with Lavinia. She, on the other hand, is there with several cops that are undercover. And while that is going on, Alberto meets the head of the Venezia Famiglia, Venezia Senior, who is on a visit to the city. Back in the winery, after Dmitri left, Lavinia finds someone else in there. Ingrid was also present and she invites Lavinia to a drink and they have a little chat. Later, Lavinia, after realizing who Ingrid is now trying to find her with the police in tow. Their destination, the local Rhode Island branch. They do manage to grab her there together with a hungry Luna cub, but Ingrid gets bailed out of there by the appearance of Antonio. Luna Cub also manages to sneak away in the confusion. In a private conversation, Antonio is trying to invite Ingrid back to the famiglia, but she refuses. After leaving Antonio behind, Ingrid runs into Lappland, who gives her information on where Umberto's grandson is. And that is pretty much the previous part, so let's head into today's section. So then, today we will be, of course, continuing on where we left off last time, which is the after scene on stage 4. So once more, stage 4, titled Honored Guest. There are always those who have not given up on the old rules and old pride. November 7th. 11:40 a.m.
Signora Venezia, did you just say my child was taken away by Venezia wise guys?
My informant has no reason to lie to me.
It's true Lucino went to the port area that night. I heard a car accident happened.
Yes, I was nearby as well. I'm guessing the Venezias are involved, and if I'm not wrong, Lucino should have discovered something.
Please leave, Signora. I have to close the shop early today.
You're going to find Venezia Jr. yourself? Umberto, I don't know what you used to be like, but I'm sure your age has affected your abilities, even if you were chosen by Vargo back then. A sickly old tailor might not even make it past Venezia Jr.'s doorstep.
If Lucino really found out about something he shouldn't have, then he might be stuck at the Venezia estate for good. I'm old and feeble, Signora Venezia. Even if this hadn't happened, my candle's burning out anyway. If there's anything I can't let go right now, it's the boy. He's my only relative, and I am his only relative too. He's still so young. Children always leave us with no other choice. Besides, I'm no stranger to the Venezias. I didn't tell you this before, but I used to work for them before you did. It's probably why Vargo chose me. Life goes in a circle, and I'm going back to where I used to be.
I'll go with you.
Signora, this has nothing to do with you at all. I'm already very grateful you found a clue to his whereabouts and came here just to let me know. I know you had an unpleasant split with the Venezias because of what happened with Lisa, so if you go back just like that, you'll run into all sorts of trouble.
You need not worry. I'm doing this because of my agreement with Vargo. Before I find out what truly happened back then, I won't allow anything to happen to you. Besides, I understand what sacrifices one would willingly make for the sake of a child. Is someone there? Can I leave now?
A child? Did you say something, ragazzino? Afraid of me?
May I go home, per favore?
I'm afraid I just happen to be here as a guest, so I can't interfere in family matters. Why are they keeping you in here?
I don't know, but if you can't let me go, could you at least contact Umberto De Montano of De Montano Tailor Shop for me?
Umberto?
He's my nono. He'll get worried if I'm gone for too long. I have some medicine for him I got from the shop which he really needs. If I can't...
You're worried about your nono?
Mm-hmm.
Follow me. The Venetias always treat their guests right. I didn't think I'd meet a friend on this trip. Lucky for me, I like it when it's lively.
Do I just follow you? But those people outside...
They're also busy catering to me, their guest.
Lucina follows the old man close behind, and they don't run into anyone on their way. Who exactly are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Stay close, boy. It's a big place, but we're almost there. Earlier you said you wanted me to tell your nono about a bunch of things, right? Sorry, I'm old and my memory's spotty. But I think you can tell him yourself.
Huh?
Umberto, I envy you for having such a loving grandson.
Nono?
Lucina's head is full of questions. Has he interrupted De Montano's business? Was his nono worried sick about him? How did he know to find him here? Umberto only casts a glance at Lucino. The old tailor doesn't say a word. Have a seat. I'll decline. My legs aren't as good as they used to. Sitting down is easy, but getting up is quite difficult. Alright then. You said Ingrid came with you. So where is she? She left after learning you were the one who found Lucino. She really trusts you. Alright. When did you move out of Guanteloupe? You left without even a word. I just thought there was no need to do so. Time hasn't been kind to you. The ragazzino told me you're ill. It's not serious, though it's bothersome. My eyes and ears don't work so well anymore. My waist, legs, and shoulder joints are always hurting. It's thanks to my work. Just elderly things. Even carefully maintained quality fabric will inevitably turn stiff and brittle. Take care of your nono, boy. Don't leave any regrets. I didn't expect to meet you here. And what's happened with the boy, has caused you trouble. Hardly. I came here for Carnevale, and happened to bump into your grandson here.
No, I
know, Lucino. Let me handle this. Antonio should have acted in a more decent manner, and I've sent someone to find him so he can explain himself to you. Antonio, a terribly common name in Siracusa, but right now Lucino can only match it to a single face. Antonio Venezia, the head of the Venezia Trucking Company.
Signor Antonio?
I thought this matter would be more troublesome than this, but since you've already stepped in... Umberto, you lack the patience of your youth. Antonio has to explain himself to you, And once that's done, I can also rest easy. Do you want to meet the owner of this place, boy?
No.
There's no way we can possibly refuse, is there? Just treat it as a favor to one of your regulars, vecchio amico. I was asked before to make a suit for you. Why don't we make use of our time together here and measure you right now? I hear it's a grand affair, with civilians wearing masks and costumes escorting giant parade cars around the city. I'm sure you'll be there and need an outfit too. I used to remember every regular client's measurements, but as you can see, time shows no mercy to us all. Everyone's changed a lot. I've been relying on Lucino more and more to help me write down things I often forget about. Alright, we have some time to spare before Antonio arrives. Lucino, I'm afraid we won't be going back so soon. Can you wait a while longer?
It's fine, Nona. Can I help out somehow?
Get me my toolbox. Prepare a file with this gentleman's name on it.
I'm sorry, Signore, I've never got your name. Fabrizio Venezia. The old man writes down his own name and gives it to Lucino. You... But why didn't... Why did you say you were a guest?
Hush, Lucino. Just do as I say without a word from you, and do what we have to do. Signor Fabrizio is but a client to us right now. Would you allow this boy to serve you as my assistant, Signore? He's been wanting to work on a major client.
Lucino was never allowed to assist his grandfather with important customers in any step of the process before. But now Umberto guides him every step of the way, and even encourages the boy to do it himself. You must show your clients respect and gratitude, he is told. Everything goes smoothly and naturally, as if the kidnapping never happened and his nono hadn't come here to rescue him. Just working a regular job.
His hands are as stable as yours. Will he become a tagliatore, like you?
A tagliatore?
I see you've never told this child about your past, Umberto.
Ingrid, aren't you going in to see Papa? So long as the Don is with them, Umberto and Lucino won't be in any danger. I just have to make sure they walk out of here safe and sound. You know that's not what I meant. You're the one he needs to see. Involve an innocent child in familia affairs? I don't remember the old man ever doing something like this. He wasn't brought back here on my orders, but I won't deny it. I would have done this anyway if his presence truly poses a threat to the familia's interests. The familia's interests or yours? Is there a difference between the two? You've changed quite a lot, Antonio. No, you've been away from home for too long, Ingrid. This is Siracusa's 23rd nomadic city, a piece of uncultivated fertile land. I've sown seeds here, so I'm obliged to ensure they mature for a ripe harvest, no matter the methods used. It's also why I've been urging you to come back to us. I know what you're capable of, and we need you here. Anton, the Don won't like this. He'll be mad, of course. He just summoned me inside, and I can guess he has a lecture in store. But do you think he's angry because I got an innocent boy involved? No, he doesn't care at all. He's just angry I wasn't stealthy enough, wasn't proper and decent enough. I will prove to him with actual results that the Venetians can establish 2 seats of order at the same time, one on the table and the other underneath. But what we should prioritize is definitely not this so-called decency. Even if it hurts him and those who trust you. I love him, I do. He gave me everything I have. I think this is the way I can repay him for that, no matter what it takes. And you got one thing wrong, Ingrid. I've never changed. Never changed. Is that so?
Tagliatore. The Montano tailor shop no longer offers that service today. This child doesn't need to know about it.
Pity. I still remember how elegantly you would solve my many problems. Montalup's famiglia were all terrified of the elusive Tagliatore. One only had to write the target's name down on the order sheet, and he would be reported dead in a newspaper the next day.
It was all to repay your kindness. You saved me when I was a young tailor about Lucino's age, and gave me a chance to live in Montalup.
You deserve a decent finale, no matter what.
You've always been so good to me.
Lucino is having a severe headache. They are indeed talking about his very own grandfather, but it doesn't seem to match up with the old man right before him. Right. What happened to his parents? Your son, Luca, right?
Yes, Luca de Montano.
Parents. Lucino seems to have asked Umberto about them before, but the old man always dodged the question. He had tried to read his grandfather's eyes, but the old man only focused on his work.
Luca was a good boy. A wonderful, sensible child with a talent for tailoring and willingness to bear any hardship. He was already a pro in his 20s, and the regulars were all fond of him. I had planned to hand over the shop to him. Until one day, his body was discovered in a vehicle, leaving the city early in the morning. Next to him was a musical actress, with a little bit of fame in Montalup, highly coveted by many mafiosi. Lucino, your hands are shaking. Perhaps we should slow down? Go fetch our fabric samples. I'll handle it from here.
All right.
You were a little bit cruel to the boy. My days are numbered, Signore. I can't protect him forever. Luca's death made me realize something. The blood on my hands can never be wiped clean, no matter how many times or ways I try. The stench of it will only bring misfortune to me and my family. But the boy still fantasized about serving these so-called somebodies. It's my fault. Be it Signor Antonio, you, or even other famiglia wise guys, Lucino will eventually run into mafiosi. He has to know about it.
You see Luca's death as punishment for your crimes?
As a price I paid. Raise your head, Signore, to measure your neck circumference. Nono would sometimes stay at the workbench longer than usual, and his hands would tremble non-stop. He teased Lucino on multiple occasions the shop would have to close down if Lucino couldn't learn the trade in time. But now his grandfather's hands are steadier than he has ever seen. Lucino watches him pull out the measuring tape. He starts from Venezia Senior's shoulders, and then his arms, chest, waist, and legs. But Lucino knows his Nono's attention has been on him the whole time. Unfortunately, he is not yet ready to accept the truth. After losing Luca, I learned about Lucino's existence. Luca had him fostered at a farm out in the countryside. And then I found out how Luca had met the actress through a custom order from the theater. How he hid a forbidden way of life he gradually built for themselves away from everyone, just to save me from worrying and avoiding inciting more trouble. How he managed to leave a little speck of hope for themselves. And for me. Lucino is all I have left from Luca. And my final wish is for him to live. No matter what Signor Antonio or you have planned, I beg you, please don't involve him ever again. No. Lucino does not know how to react. The truth of his parents' demise, his Nono's past, his own future, he drowns within his own web of emotions. Please raise your arm. Sure. Signore, I do not ask anything of you. I only have a selfish wish to give this child some time, to let him carefully observe how a tailor works. How to measure, how to cut cloth, how to respectfully receive clients, and how to stay away from a life he doesn't belong in. Very well. I see you're set on parting from all your history. No need to deliver the suit yourself once you're done. I'll get someone to take it from your sartoria. Umberto, if you ever feel nostalgic and want to return to Montelope, make sure to remember Il Vecchio here too. Of course. Grazie mille, signore.
So, you have no intentions of letting that ragazzino go, even if the Dons already agreed to do so. Ingrid, even if the kid swears he won't shoot his mouth off, there's no guarantee City Hall won't hear about some ridiculous rumors from him. Many familia have their eyes on us. I can't afford the risk. Papa will understand. Think about your family too, Ingrid. A wolf asked me to fulfill an agreement we made, and I came back to this country for my daughter. My anger has long ceased to burn for the familia. I act only for my own sake now, Anton. What a shame. Then I'm afraid there is no more room for any discussions. You think they can hold me off? No, I just need to make sure the kid keeps his mouth shut. Anton, answer this question. When you bailed me out and said you knew who was the culprit behind Lisa's injury, were you telling the truth? Absolutely. I've never lied to you, Ingrid. After I sent Lisa away from Siracusa, I investigated the matter myself in secret, and although I found nothing, I always had some suspicions I didn't want to admit was possible, though I don't think you'll speak any more on the subject, for now at least.
Forgive me, but I can't tell you anything right now.
No need. I'll find out eventually.
The blade falls just above Antonio's nose, but he retains a smile. Ingrid, you know there are people watching every move we make in this household. Such indecent behavior from you. Ingrid, please lower your blade, for my sake.
Don Venezia?
Long time no see, child.
So yeah, I will call this cutscene, please don't tear my heart even more apart. Yeah, that was a very heartfelt scene with Umberto pleading with Venezia Senior there for his grandson, and yeah, that is his actual grandson, and I mean, good God, that scene, Jesus Christ, the lines from Umberto and just everything, and the descriptions of him usually having jittery hands and stuff like that, and being fully calm and collected during that whole thing. Oh God, that gave me so much heartburn. Oh, good God. But yeah, anyhow, we will continue on to our next scene now. I hope this scene left an impression on some people as well, because it definitely felt, I definitely felt some stuff during that moment. That was not too hard to record from an emotional standpoint, but definitely had its stipulations. Definitely had its ups and downs in trying to record it properly. But yeah, anyhow, moving on to our cutscene only part, ST-2, titled Prohibition on Revenge. Cut away the past and all ties, friend or foe.
Signor Antonio, I'm done taking Signor Fabrizio's measurements. We have the fabric he wants in stock, so if we hurry, the suit can be finished in time. We won't interfere in your affairs.
Papa?
I'll be taking Lucino home now.
No, they're definitely not planning to let us go. Doesn't matter. Just go. I'll take care of it.
Signora Venezia, what about you,
I'm afraid I have some family affairs to settle. Anton, I think you know what the Don's thinking. Send your men away.
You can't settle it like this, Papa. Umberto made me a promise. We can't keep our guest in here forever, Anton. But Ingrid, your actions have indeed embarrassed us.
Mi scusi. It's important to me that they live. Go.
Ingrid, I've been hoping to meet you from the moment I stepped into this city. But not like this. We Venezians never point our blades inward. Come, Lucina.
Oh no!
What's the matter?
The medicine. I left them in the room inside, and the goods I was supposed to deliver. They frisked me when I was brought here. No, I'll go retrieve them.
Forget it, boy. The Venezia residence is several blocks away from our shop. It's a long way back.
Lucino turns around and does not see any mafioso come out from the residence. He feels the old tailor's hand on his shoulder. He can feel the wizened hand trembling, as if he had exhausted his strength during the meeting with the old Venezia earlier. To make matters worse, he realizes his own arms are still so scrawny. If his nonna falls, he might not even manage to hold him up. No. Nothing. Lucino has questions in his head that he can't voice. But suddenly he recalls a vague image in his mind resembling their current walk back home on an equally strange road. Was he 3 or 4? He remembers a vehicle driving by the farm. An old man jumps down, fails his landing, and falls clumsily. The old man then walks up to him. He stares at the mud on his face, a pair of scissors, and a ruler on his waist, and he bursts into tears from fear. The old man panics, frantically trying to soothe him. There were far fewer wrinkles on his face then. The old man takes him by the hand and leads him away from the farm. Uncertain of where they're going, he cries even louder in fear. The noise startles nearby fowl beasts, sending them flying into the distance. Hush, Lucino, don't cry. Umberto, say something, anything. Nono will tell you a tale. Every hunter runs into a wolf before they go into the wastes. The wolf says, mulberry wood makes sturdy bows, and stones can be sharpened into deadly blades, but you must shed the clothes on you to survive, for it is the only thing that does not belong in the barrens. You really stopped crying. Did you like the story, Bambino? I know many, many more. No. Can you teach me how to sew buttons on again?
I'm glad you're willing to listen to this old vecchio suggestion. Just stay here and catch up on old times, Ingrid. I thought you would have left like you did last time, with your blade in hand without looking back.
I also thought traveling to Higashi would bring me calm, but as you can see, I could not escape. From the moment I set foot in here, I knew it would not be easy to leave.
So you are still leaving, Ingrid?
You can try to stop me. The Dawn is right. We Venetians never point our blades inward.
The Volpo takes something out from her coat.
Antonio knows too well what it is. The family crest. He received one just like it when he decided to follow Fabrizio.
Are you sure?
Forgive me, I have a feeling you won't approve of what I want to do next. If this crest is stopping me from untangling the knot in my heart, then I have no other option.
You're being selfish, ragazza.
I know.
Flashback. Why did you throw a stone at me, ragazzina?
Accident, I swear. I was trying to hit those stronzi that ran away and then you got in my way.
The wound on your face. Did they do that to you?
They say my ears are big and weird. They say I'm not a lupo and don't belong here in Siracusa. Do you see their injuries? They ended up worse than I did. Why run their mouths if they can't defeat me? I'll pull out their teeth the next time they try me again.
You're more of a lupo than they are. Where's your family?
Dead. We came here as refugees, but Papa and Mama encountered a gang brawl when they went to ask the government for help.
Do you have anywhere else to go?
No.
Do you want to come with me then?
You need me to fight for you?
We can talk about that when you're older. My daughter, Bella, she's sick and doesn't really go out, so she could use a playmate.
If she's fine playing with the Vulpo, I don't mind.
That's it?
I'm weak. I've been staying here in the park, but I can't beat everyone up.
Take this.
What is it?
Famiglia Venezia's crest. Take it, and you become one of us.
But I'm not a Lupo.
Many in the Familia are neither, but we're even closer to each other than the other Familia. You'll understand in time.
Sometime later, still flashback.
Don't hide behind your mother like that. She can block your body, but I can already see your tails. So, this is Lisa. She's a complete contrast to you when you were a girl, Ingrid.
Sorry for not telling you before I brought her back here. The Meki at the shrine discovered this child, and I couldn't let her stay in Higashi any longer. Because having the blood of the so-called Nine Tails means spending your entire life inside the shrine, living a life like her father, worshipped like a mascot that grants every request. È ridicolo.
We tidied up a room for her. Once she gets used to life here, she can go to school with the other children in the Familia.
I hope Lisa will stay far away from the farce in Higashi, but I don't want her to learn the so-called Siracusan way to survive either.
Arrange this with Anton, and hire professional teachers for her. Music, literature, art, astrology, Virginium arts. Let her study whatever she likes.
You're not mad at me?
You're still here, Ingrid. Has your blade slowed? Have you completed fewer missions?
No.
Then you remain the most reliable person to take over my responsibilities.
Si.
Besides, I find myself fond of this bambina. So the most important thing to do right now is show her I'm not scary.
Still in flashback sometime later.
Still nothing?
I snapped the tendons in Dead Stronzo's limbs and tail, but he still refused to confess who planned the assassination. He just kept saying he didn't know anything. Same as the other 17 before him.
Lisa just fell asleep a moment ago.
Her neuropathy is quite severe. The crystals have spread to her shoulder. There's no need for you to look after her yourself.
I've taken my precautions. Besides, she got infected because of me. Ingrid, you've been silent on this. Lisa's an innocent girl. She doesn't know how bad things are outside, but she can instinctively pick up the tension in the house. When you went to rescue Antonio, she went to stay with me so you could worry less.
The people from Rhode Island are here.
So you already found a place better for her. The Familia can find the best telepathy doctor for Lisa. You didn't have to contact that Rhode Island company behind my back. Ingrid, there's no need for you two to leave.
Signora Sicilia will visit Terni herself tomorrow. The Tancredis and the Venezias will have no choice but to sit at the negotiation table. You need to wipe my name off the Familia records by then. Insist I was expelled, like how the Tancredis refused, even at the brink of death, to acknowledge they planned your assassination. I remember discussing this before.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, Don Venezia. The Familia crest... take it back.
No, Ingrid. Keep it. I have approved of you taking revenge for Lisa. I am fond of her. Why else do you think no one from the famiglia has stopped you these past 2 weeks? We are family, Ingrid.
Back to present. We are family. This emblem has been a blessing from you, but also a shackle for me.
How is she doing on Rhode Island?
She's considered an employee now. A few years ago, she even went to Lithuania and helped them investigate an incident about missing infected. She even kept it a secret from me and never mentioned it in her letters. I talked to her friends when I went to see her, and they were all saying how well she did on that mission.
I miss Lisa so much.
If she's willing to come back, I won't stop her. You know I'm not here to reminisce about old times. Perhaps you had many plans for me when you insisted I keep the family emblem.
Ingrid glances at Antonio standing silently on the side. Keep it, Ingrid.
Papa was telling me how we could all visit Montelup together after Carnevale is over.
Anton, it's too early for that.
Didn't you say Signora Sicilia might relent? She used to love Carnevale, and now it's back in Siracusa with a brand new look. Compared to that, Ingrid's violations are not even worth mentioning. I mean, it's been 6 years. Famiglia Tancredi today is no longer worthy of Signora Sicilia's concern. In these 6 years, I used the single vehicle factory I held onto and ate up all of their businesses interni. Signora Sicilia values results, so I showed her.
Is that how you see it, Anton?
Yes, Papa. Antonio's done very well by your side. The family no longer needs me here.
Anton, after Bella's passing, I could feel him becoming wary of me. How much value did he have as a son-in-law after Bella's death? That's probably what he was thinking at the time, and how he got himself so busy after.
Papa, I
don't want to give you too much pressure. We already have enough territory, even this newly built Nuova Volsinii. You've done very well, Anton. Seeing Ingrid leave and Bella die, what I truly care about is the few family I have left. After all, I am an old man. I don't want to lose any of you anymore.
Ingrid looks at the old man whose hair has turned entirely grey, and does not say anything else. She puts the crest on the table. Ingrid, you heard what he said, at least for now. Ingrid turns and leaves before Antonio can even finish. Mi dispiace, Don Venezia. I know it's hard for you, but I can't do it.
Ingrid?
There's never been much I could do for you besides killing. But even the best killer is still just a killer, not Venezia Jr. Antonio fits that role better than I can, so my departure isn't such a big loss. You must have realized in the past 6 years, deep inside you're disappointed with me. But wasn't I disappointed too when I failed to find out the truth about her injury? Oropathy is incurable. You know better than anyone else why I came back to Siracusa. I intend to find a culprit I couldn't track down 6 years ago and end his life. That's the only thing I want to do.
But you know what it means to abandon the emblem and leave.
Yes, we might end up as oppositions. I can't guarantee that I won't harm any of the Venezias. Even so, I'll make things decent, for your sake. This is the only thing I can promise you.
Papa, I can try and talk to her more.
No. The old man runs his fingers over the familiar crest and puts it in his chest pocket. We all know what kind of person she is. She's not easily swayed when she's set on something. I'll keep this emblem for now. When she comes to her senses, I'll return it to her. Keep a low profile for now. Consider it keeping me company at home. But the company... Do you not trust the subordinates you hired yourself? I understand. I may not interfere with your work here in the city, but it doesn't mean I'm in the dark. Umberto de Montano is an old friend of mine, and he has always acted with decency, so leave them be. Yes, Papa. I heard that Ingrid asked you about how Lisa got hurt. Did you find out the truth? Just some clues. So much time has passed after all. Is that so? Anton, there are some matters you can judge on your own to be right or wrong. But when it involves the familia's reputation, think carefully before you act. Yes, Papa. Antonio, we got news. According to intel from Capone and Gambino, we found the lost shipment at the port. But someone stuffed it in a parade float and set it on fire. Who did it? Not sure. The cops took the truckers union boss away for an investigation. The one called Irene, she So yeah, speaking of very interesting and emotional scenes, this was another one. this whole scene was great. Personally, my favorite part is the whole time skipping flashback sequence of well, not really seeing a baby Irene, but Ingrid, pardon. Not seeing a baby Ingrid, but seeing, you know, just the time skips between here she was somewhere around the time when she was a child, when she was recruited into the family, and then later in life, and then again later in life, and then present time. Pretty good scene. And yeah, Venezia Senior definitely commands some presence. He definitely has some some strong charisma there. And oh boy, I am dreading what Antonio is gonna be doing next, cause he is not really vibing with how everything is going. He wants to have like both a portion of the family in control of like the top side of things and one of the bottom side, like the other side of the coin kind of deal. And it's not going according to his plan, I would say, so far. So no idea what's gonna happen next, but we'll see. We'll see. It's very interesting, however. But yeah. Ingrid is not part of the Venezia family anymore, at least not officially. She completely resigned. And yeah, that's that. Anyhow, we move on to our next stage. Number 5, titled To New Life. Our strengths, our weaknesses, our livelihoods. Old Vasily was a valiant emperor. Some say that even after the age of 80, he would don his crown and head to battle. Ursus had suffered a crushing defeat deep in the snowfields. The bodies were churned into the snow, the corpses piled up into walls. The emperor screamed bloody vengeance, his anger louder than the howling wind. The surviving officers surrounded his tent, but the crown shone bright, so bright that the people could only shout their reverence for him. A sudden fierce gust from the north blew the tent open. Only then did everyone dare to raise their eyes and look ahead. The crown had fallen on the ground. No longer was there an emperor on the snowfields. It is said that in the end, old Vasily was trampled to death by the crowd. Of the countless nameless soldiers kneeling outside his tent, none knew the name of the Slayer of Crowns, or from where they came. Oh, this is the first time I've heard you tell this story in Siracusan. So you got the name Crown Slayer out of a book. What's the book called again?
Truth and Justice.
Sounds complicated. I thought books like that were all chunky doorstoppers about big ideas, but you're saying it's a storybook?
No, it's not. The stories inside aren't for entertainment, but to get people thinking. What is truth? What is justice? Should they be considered the same? Should they be set against each other? Who gets to be the one that defies them? Which side of the scale do we believe we're on? Or maybe they don't exist in any real sense. Just like... just like our reunion is over. In the end, the only thing they're of any use are when putting together our lovely little list of justifications.
You know, before you told me this story, all I wanted to ask was where we should head next.
I was just about to say, this is where we part, friend. If you keep going straight this way, you'll come out of the woods and spot some old nomadic city tracks. There's likely to be Lithuanian border patrol teams nearby, or possibly Siracusan cargo landships passing through. Watch out for them. You made it through Chernobog and Lungmen. Avoiding them shouldn't be too difficult for you.
Out of a team of 30, I'm the last man standing. Why can't we just stay here, Crown Slayer?
If we stay together here, we'll just become targets for those in power. That or be forced to become cannon fodder again. Since you guys didn't want to fall in line, I'll be the one seeing you off. This is the last thing I can do as a the last thing I can do for you.
But where will you go? You'd be on your own too, wouldn't you?
I'll wonder. I'll check on a few things. I'll think a bit. Before I left Siracusa, my master told me not to go back to Ursus to seek revenge. I was too weak and knew too little. But I didn't listen to her. It might be time to return now. I'd like to see her again. Maybe she can give me some other suggestions. Ways for me to become stronger.
What's your master like?
She's from one of the Siracusan famiglia. She was strong in battle, yet also one of the wisest people I knew. She taught me a lot.
Siracusa, huh? That's a long ways away.
Look at this bonfire out here among the snow, friend. Once it could ignite the anger of the infected. It could spark the dream of reunion. It could set all of Ursus ablaze. But now all it does is keep us warm. Here's the last thing I have to say to you. Forget Tallulah. Forget Chernobog. Forget Lungmen. Forget reunion. Forget us. If you choose to leave, then leave it all behind you. Hell, forget the crystals growing on your body. Maybe forget everything. You can go home.
Though we both chose to leave, I always felt you and I weren't alike. You look like you're the type of person who knows a lot, and you've read lots of books. At times I feel like you, the Captain, and Tallulah are all pretty similar. I meant more like, when I was little, my grandpa always said people who read too much were easily led astray. Anyway, never mind. See you later, Crown Slayer. Best of luck to you. Looks like you're going to need it.
We won't be seeing each other again, friend. My tail's all wet.
Nothing's changed at all. Neither these filthy streets nor this damned rain. Don't know what it is, but even though the snow in Ursus can kill people, the rain here is somewhat more unpleasant. Hope there's a hairdryer at my master's place. Maestro! The thick, inescapable stench of blood. Her teacher lies face up on the ground, fresh blood still flowing outward and spreading. A small knife has been dropped nearby. Ludmilla tries to approach and stifle her teacher's still bleeding wound, but she finds herself unable to move a single step, unable to even tear away her gaze. From the shadows wafts an aura that is both familiar and terrifying to her. A wolf with grey hair, wearing a red hoodie. The true wolf is dead. I did as grandmother asked. It's you! What have you done? I'm a wolf hunter. I do as grandmother asks. The true wolf is dead. The true wolf did not fight. Why? Why? Why has this girl wearing a red hoodie chased after her, haunted her from Yan to Siracusa? You... Who the hell are you? Ludmilla silently looks at the fire in front of her. It is a burning duffel bag, her master interred within. She did not sleep at all that night. She thinks about how she used salt and water to scrub away the bloodstains in the room, how she dragged her master's corpse out into the wilds under the cover of the incessant rain. She was thick-thin before she died. Ludmilla barely had to exert herself. Ludmilla never forgot how she met her master. There was blood everywhere. Her uncle, her only living relative, his family, his servants, their corpses strewn across the entire house. The one who sent her to Siracusa told her that her uncle had control of the businesses on a couple of streets. Not a powerful man per se, but in a small Siracusan town, it would be enough to let her live comfortably. But before she could even get used to her new life, a simple originium bomb smashed through the windows. The chaos, her arm was gashed. She trembled in fear as she cowered under the bed. There was no difference between the gangsters rushing into the house and the Ursus guard charging into the lab. She felt like she was back in Chernobog, back in that night she lost her father. Only when everything finally went quiet did Ludmilla dare to leave her room. The gangsters too were lying down in pools of blood. The only ones alive in the house were her and the lowliest of her uncle's servants. If memory served correctly, the servant was always living out by the gate, in charge of sending and receiving letters. The only time she would limp into the house was to deliver the mail to her masters. She would always tiptoe across the carpet so as to not make too loud a noise. Another gang vendetta. Your uncle upset them. I'm about to head off. Do you have anywhere to go? Did you kill all these bad guys? If I didn't, you and I would both be dead. Why didn't you save them when it all started? I thought they were here for me. With this body of mine, I need to wait for them to get close before I can do anything. You're scary, but also amazing. Can I go with you? Do you want revenge for your uncle? You weren't that close to him, and I remember that the one who sent you here wanted you to live a peaceful life. Well, I suppose it's not happening anymore.
Ludmilla, do you know what it means to be my student? I've become decrepit and weak now. Are you still willing to be my student and my tool? We will both regret it, ragazza. I won't. All you need to do is teach me. Teach me how to hold a knife. How to get my revenge. I won't regret it. A knife? No, you're not ready for a knife just yet. First, learn how to light a fire. Burn down this house and everything in it, so that nobody can find us. Fire hides everything, Ludmilla. She chose to deal with her master's corpse using the very first trick she taught her. But now what? After leaving Reunion, she spent 2 years making her way back to Siracusa, all to lose the last home she could return to in barely a day. The fire is extinguished, and the morning breeze blows away the last of the ashes. There is no trace of it left in the wilderness. Where should you go next, Ludmilla? I want revenge. Found you. Where are you looking for me? It's not hard finding a killer from the outside in the city. You stand out a lot. Don't block my way. Don't you dare think of running. Before we start, I've got a question for you. Why? My master never mentioned an enemy like you. Why would someone hanging out with Katsit know her? The true wolf must die. These are the rules of the game. What game? What the hell are you talking about? I don't care who you are. You killed the last of my family, so I'll make you pay. You're too weak. You can't beat me. Don't underestimate me. You just managed to get a sneak attack off last time. Don't think you've managed to scare me. You're in my way. Stop following me. Get back here! I'm not letting you go! Katso! An unfamiliar city, unfamiliar food. It's strange, but it's fine. You've got quick reflexes, I'll give you that. It's you again. Like I said, I'll make you pay. Don't even think of escaping. Either kill me, or be killed by me. There's only 2 ways out of this. Project Red bares her teeth in irritation. Angry? Good. Show me what you've really got.
Hey! I don't care what familia your ragazza are with. You wanna fight? Do it outside!
There's a bad smell and strange sounds. Danger. That strange person. You... How much longer are you going to follow me? I told you already. Until I kill you, or you kill me. You've tried lots of times. You can't kill me. And now you're tired. Then... kill me already.
The exhausted reprober collapses onto the ground. Before she falls unconscious, she grabs on tight onto the rat-clad Lupa's pants.
You look really pathetic.
Hey, what happened? You alright?
Get back here. Don't go.
My truck broke down, couldn't go even if I wanted to. Why are you lying down here? Are you hurt? Got anyone I can call?
No, not.
What did you say? Can't understand a word of that mumbling. Let me get that mask off you. Let you breathe a bit easier. Wow. There's crystals in your mouth. That's a pretty serious infection. A homeless infected, huh? What am I to do with you? Man, the first time I decided to run a long-haul job for the association and this happens. Guess we're both out of luck. The unlucky.
What's going on here, Summer?
I don't know either. I was just driving my truck when the engine blew a gasket. I noticed this kid lying down by the road. Scared the hell out of me. Thought I hit her. She faded out in the wilds on her lonesome. Kept saying she was looking for someone in a red hoodie. I couldn't just leave her out there, so I brought her back here.
Looking for me? I've got no idea who she is, though.
Seems like an unlucky loner to me. Think we can let her stay in our camp? Considering how busy we've been lately, having another pair of hands would be nice.
You know every member of the association has to go through a strict background check, Summer. An infected person of unknown origin like her? What if she has something to do with the famiglia? The doctor said her condition's stable, so once she's up, send her on her way.
Alright. This ragazza sfortunata, unlucky girl, sure is holding that knife of hers real tight. Someone might get hurt. Let's get that off her.
Don't touch me. You're awake?
You... Ludmilla looks at the woman standing in front of her and gives her bleary eyes a good net or two.
Sorry, where am I? Nuova Volsinii Truckers Union. Oh, so you saved me. Thanks. Don't mention it. Our members aren't the type to leave an unconscious girl to fend for herself in the wilds. But now that you're awake, we can't help you much further than that. We'll give you something to eat, but you'll have to go after you've done. See her fed, Summer. Thanks for the help. I'll be going then.
No need to rush, youngster. I want to ask you something, just to be safe. You're not with the famiglia, are you?
It's been many years since I last heard that word.
Figured. You don't look like the sort who would have anything to do with them. Don't worry about it too much. Irene's just real worried about wise guys getting their claws into the association. She's got a lot on her mind, so it's not like she has it out for you specifically. She was the one who paid for the doctor to give you a checkup when I brought you back here even.
Thanks, I get it. I'm not going to cause you guys trouble. I just need some time to think about what I should do next.
Know how to drive?
I've driven a truck in Ursus. Does that count?
Red. A quiet whisper, and at the same time, a equally gentle caress. Like leaves gently falling on grass,
The wind that reaches the leeward slopes of the wilds is free of danger. Once, surrounded by whispers and caresses like this, she slept. She grew. On Rhode Island, none dared treat her this way. None could treat her this way. Not even Kaltsit.
Grandma? Can't you see clearly anymore, Grandma?
Like I told you before, my eyes were devoured by wolves. These glasses are just for show. Only once their eyes are gouged out and placed back into Grandma's sockets can I see you again, Red.
Can't you give me a hug, Grandma?
My arms were swallowed whole by wolves. You must chop off their limbs and bring them to Grandma so I can hug you again.
Can't you teach me how to sing again, Grandma?
I do wish to continue teaching you, but the wolves are always howling, and I dare not startle them.
Why did you take so long to find me, Grandma?
There are simply too many wolves, Red. They're hiding themselves along the side of the road. You must cut off their hides and make Grandma some clothes with them.
Are you really going to disappear, Grandma?
That depends on if you can help, Grandma, my sweet child.
I found a wolf in Lungmen, a fake one, but she had the smell of a true wolf on her. I haven't found anything new since then. Well, actually, I haven't been looking, Grandma.
Oh, I don't blame you, Red. You're the most well-behaved, kindest child in all the land.
I'm not. I passed out on my first wolf hunt. I was too weak. Kaltsit found me in the grass and saved me. When I was with her, she told me about a lot of things I didn't know about. What is protection? What is murder? What is suffering? What is happiness? What can I learn? What can I do? There's a lot of questions, and they're all really hard. I don't get them.
Suffering? Happiness? It's all because I didn't take good care of you. On the contrary, it's me who needs your help. If you're unhappy, child, you can stay on Rhode Island. I don't have much time left. You can forget Grandma, forget your life as a wolf hunter.
Red opens her eyes. The windows and door to her room are shut tight. Not even a wisp of wind can find its way inside. This is the third time this night she has awoken to the same dream.
Grandma needs me.
She wiggles her ears forcefully.
I promised Kaltsit. If I want to leave Rhode Island, I need to tell her. But Kaltsit's not here. She went to a place called Tremont or something. A city far, far away. I should wait. No, I can't wait. Grandma can't wait.
She sniffs in alarm.
I smell a wolf. Not many true wolves left. They're here. Hurting Grandma is just a game to them. And the rules of my game says I should kill them. Grandma is still waiting for me.
November 5th, 3:17 p.m.
For this extraordinary night, I sharpen my claws.
For a swift hunt, I bare my fangs.
For unrestrained festivities, I fight to the very last.
Only when the last one of us stands can a game reach its end.
Why are we this way?
Because we are wolves. The acting is pretty meh,
well, it's always nice to support street art. Check out these lights in the core, and those tunes.
Emperor? What are you doing here?
Hey, you here too, ain't ya, Wolf Pup? A party like this needs a genius artist like me. No shit, I'm here. Take a good look on yes. These kids know a party way better than you.
Did you come here for the party or for Agnes?
Agnes might have taught you a lot, kids. But didn't she never tell you? A party is a good place to see old friends. Emperor here with a hyperkiller stare. Friends list full at 100 no matter where. Grab a gun, shoot you dead, he don't care. What do you think?
You're just singing random words.
Improvisation! It's called improv, girl! And yes, don't tell me you didn't teach your kid what kind of music the people crave.
Don't badmouth her. Agnes is amazing, and she taught me way nicer songs than yours.
Oh yeah? What else does she teach you?
Lots of things. How to fight, how to light a fire, how to find places to sleep, how to hold a bow, how to use a knife, how to hunt, and how to bleed my prey afterwards.
Yeesh. Ooh. What's with all the fighting and killing?
She also taught me about which way the wind blows, what flowers smell like, how to talk to tusk beasts. She taught me how to talk to humans and how to live with them.
You know, you might just have the gift of the gab there. Unlike that red one. She says half a word and folks is already on edge.
Agnes also told me that the humans' carnival is lots of fun, and how I can be happy and free in the city, just like out in the wilds.
Sounds like she taught you a lot. You're lucky. The other fangs don't get a chance to learn all that.
The other fangs.
I met the rest of the pack and their fangs. You listen to one bird coming out of their mouths and you lose it. Tell the truth then, yes. If it wasn't for all this urgent business, I wouldn't wanna have nothing to do with you, Signore de Lupi, or whatever you call yourselves. I know that Wolfpack's a bunch of stubborn savage losers, but there ain't no getting out of this family reunion for the two of you.
Agnes's family.
My will is not enough to avert the entire pack's gaze. Hell you're talking about, I guess. What happened to all that breaking free from this road and starting a new life? The game is the collective decision of the pack. Before it ends, we cannot be distracted by other matters. This is our nature. Why are we back at the boring ass game of yours? To go against our nature is an endless climb. Talk about a pain in the ass. Seriously, I don't want to talk to you all ever again. I try and have a normal conversation, but you always gotta bring it back to nature or whatever.
Agnes said this game must have a winner.
You dumbass manjimat. I take back everything good I ever said about you. Forget it. You taught this kid so much about the outside world. Don't tell me you're still thinking about sending her into a death match with the other fangs. You didn't ask me to get her to Rhode Island just so she could die today, did you? If you're so worried about keeping her safe, then get her ass back to Rhodes already. Sheesh. You'll keep running around for no good reason.
Rhode Island,
Whoa! What the hell did these suspies come from? Who are you trying to scare flashing your grills like that?
They're scared. They can smell the fangs. I smell them too. The wolves are here.
November 5th, 4:05 p.m.
Hey, what the... What's the big idea of showing that freezing can of salt salt in my face? Scared the crap out of me.
You get way into Ludmila's stories. So, what happened next? This Tallulah lady, did the Crown Slayer manage to kill her in the end?
No, Crown Slayer didn't kill her.
Shame. Imagine staying by Tallulah's side the entire time but never realizing your so-called leader was an evil dragon spewing lies. A lot of lives could have been saved. Say, if this Crown Slayer didn't kill Tallulah or the Emperor of Horses, why take that name?
Easy for you to say. We're talking about an emperor and evil dragon here. You ever killed anyone, Romy? Wait, you could you? I mean, when you worked for the Borgias. I've never done any of the sort. I was just their night driver. They're not gonna ask a guy like me to kill someone. Considering how crappy your driving is, would anyone really have picked you up to drive them around at night? Night driving. This is sort of familiar lingo, I don't know. It means exactly what it sounds like driving at night. You're talking like a police officer. I'm telling ya, it's all in the past now. Now that you mention it, Romy, you've been getting more tickets than usual lately. It's Carnevale. The whole city's packed full of both people and cars. You know that, man. And just so you know, I used to drive around a nomadic city full of ruins while trying to hide from a catastrophe. Still stuck in one of Ludmila's stories, huh? Speaking of, those stories are just ones you heard while in Ursus, right? You go into so much detail, it's almost like they were actually about you. Look at you guys, drinking the soda she bought you, listening to her stories, and now bothering her with questions. Didn't your mom ever teach you manners? Got me there, Summer. Sorry, Ludmila. It's fine. You know you don't need to treat us every week, right? How long has it been since you came to our camp? 3 months? 4?
Not too sure myself, but it's been a while now.
We pay your wage, but you always end up giving it all back to us. Why not listen to my advice? Save some for the future so you can start a business.
You've all got families to feed. Me? I'm flying solo. Don't have anything else to spend that money on anyway. Besides, I'm one ragazza's fortunata. Even if I save it all, it's likely to sprout wings and fly away.
Oh, don't be like that.
Look, it's just 2 crates of salt soda. I actually wanted to treat you guys to some beer for the weekend. But since you guys will be busy with that film shoot at Court Square tonight, you'll just have to make do with soda. If you're still thirsty, feel free to take more.
I'll have a couple more then.
Here, not gonna try one yourself, considering you're the one that bought them.
Oh, didn't realize you haven't had one yet.
Just how many bottles are you trying to have, man?
Alright, I'm sorry.
I'm good.
Look, everyone knows Ludmila. Though I wouldn't say we don't completely mind. To tell you the truth, when I took off your mask, it scared the hell out of me. We just understand that, as an infected, you're probably more worried than us about it spreading around. Don't blame Romy and the others for pestering you with questions. They don't mean anything bad about it. They just want to get to know you a little better. Don't be a stranger, Ludmila.
The setting sun dyes the grass of the camp and the driver's face is a deep red. Summer leans against the back of his truck, stretching his hand out to her. The other drivers look at her, nary a hint of wariness on their smiling faces. Can you get drunk off salt soda? The Reproba wonders as she furrows her brow. After a short moment of silence, she lowers her masks and takes the preferred bottle of soda from him. Alright, it's nearly showtime. Time to pack things up and drive over to Court Square. Arin was real clear about how strict the filming schedule is, even stricter than our dispatch timetables. We can't be late or we'll be causing City Hall a whole lot of trouble.
What about Arin herself?
She said she wanted to go and talk with Judge Lavinia about qualification audits for new drivers.
Oh yeah, Summer, you're really not coming along. It's easy, you just need to drive your truck and follow along. Make a big scene. City Hall is even paying us more than a day's wage to do it. I've been driving a little too much lately. Now that I've finally got some spare time, I wanted to catch up on some Z's.
How about you, Ludmila?
I've got something to take care of, so I'll be hanging back too.
Suit yourself. We'll be off then.
Finally.
Once the convoy of trucks has left and night slowly washes over the camp, Summer, in his lonesome, goes to his own truck. He starts the engine, but before he even closed the door, a figure was already set in a passenger seat, seatbelt fastened and all.
Ludmilla?
Thought you were going to catch some Z's? Not much of a night drive with an empty passenger seat, yeah?
Ludmilla, I really,
What was it you said again? Don't be a stranger, Summer.
Alright then, so this was a very, very Crown Slayer-centric node, but before we go into a bit more details here, very quickly, we do have one new enemy here, which is the Enthusiasta Dancer. A solo dancer from a troupe invited to by big companies to liven up Carnevale. A tantalizing dance, a dangerous enthusiasm. Good for him. But yeah, anyhow, this was very interesting as well. Good god, Crown Slayer went through so much shit. Like, Ludmilla suffered quite a lot, and there's a bit more to come, is all I'm gonna say right now, but yeah, damn, that is a life. That is a life this person has led, and whoo boy, how do you have so much bad luck? How does one single person have just the shittiest cards at life? And I don't even know what to say. I know we meme on this character a lot because of how, number one, she's easy as a boss. Number two, in certain stages where there are pits, you can literally make her jump into the pit herself. Which is kind of ironic now thinking about it. It's kind of depressing to think about right now after after these bits of the story. But yeah, poor Crown Slayer, man. Poor Crown Slayer. Holy shit. But yeah, anyhow, we will move on to our next node, which is our final node for today, number 6. Vengeance and I. New lives become embroiled in trouble. Old foes return, and the rage of the fallen is reignited. November 5th, 10:17 p.m.
That's the gist of it, Ludmilla. Told you everything I know.
What are you delivering for the Venezians?
It's a batch of tires tonight. It's usually stuff for making vehicles. Virginium engines, steel, alloys, things like that. At times there's also frozen fins, frozen meat, booze, meds, It's pretty common in other Siracusan cities. Goods the famiglia buy don't have to go through normal customs, so they save a lot on taxes. But here in Nuova Volsinii...
I get it. No need to go into detail.
Alright.
This isn't your first time, is it?
Ludmilla, did you hang back from joining tonight's film shoot because of me?
What do you think?
When did you figure me out?
Flashback. Why the hell do you keep following us?
Look, sorry, but Ruggiero and I are really busy here. Would you mind leaving?
So busy you can't even stop for a cup of coffee. Come on, Summer, Ruggiero, lighten up. This is Nuova Volsinii. We're all citizens here, and we're going to be rubbing shoulders for quite a while longer. Gotta talk to one another, you know? How about we set up a cafe across from your camp? With that many drivers, business would be booming. And it'd be easy for us to meet up. The hell's going on? Where's all this smoke coming from? My eyes! Merda! Which one of you stronzi hit me? Ow! Summer! Ruggiero!
We don't know who did it either. We're all the way over here, and we haven't moved an inch. And you know we can't do arts.
I heard the reason why this plate was put out up on the border of the city, and my city hall didn't do anything with it until they let us set up our camp. It's cause it used to... Stop talking crap already! I'll let you two off this time!
Now I remember.
We never had a chance to know you better until you helped us out of that bind that time. Everyone started to talk to you, asking about what the hell your mysterious arts are, and your experiences in Ursus. A familia associate's not going to come looking for you just because they don't like the look on your face. They kept pestering you after that. Why didn't you tell me, Summer? Does Erin know?
I need to get Guri her treatment and bring her over to Nuova Volsinii. I need this money, Ludmilla.
And what use would telling you have been? They're a pack of rabid wolves who won't give up until they catch their prey. I'm not going to bring that sort of trouble onto the association. We're a band of brothers and sisters living together, but we're just ordinary people, nothing more. The faces of the drivers flash through Ludmilla's mind one after another. She doesn't say anything. Hey, you didn't tell Ludmilla, did you? Don't worry, she's in her tent right now. She's never taken off that mask since she arrived here, and she sometimes frowns when... breaks my heart, it does. You're telling me? I've been holding back from smoking these past few days. She's been around. It's killing me. Quick, light up already. Ludmilla! Scusa, we're about to do a night delivery, so we were just gonna have a pre-drive smoke to pick ourselves up, or not. No smoking is fine. We'll put them out right away. If you want to smoke, go ahead. No need to hide it from me. Well, everyone thought you wore the mask because you've got a weak throat or something. Your crystals are in a pretty peculiar place, you know. Those drivers smoke a lot, so we thought... You're overthinking things. Well, we just hope you like it here, Ludmilla.
You'd better get off and wait at that intersection coming up. We're about to arrive and there'll be trouble with the Venetians if I show up with a rando in tow. Ludmilla...
Enough. I got on your truck, so I'll stick with you all the way.
Thanks, Ludmilla. No matter what happens, I'm lucky to have you with me.
You've been listening to this song on loop for a while now. Not tired of it?
Of course not. A Chance Encounter is an amazing song and Sora's got one hell of a singing voice. It's the hottest new single this week. There was an interview saying she recorded it just for Carnevale. A Chance Encounter. No, I'm not a cultured man, but these words... Don't you think they're about people like us? You're going to leave, aren't you, Ludmilla?
Huh? What?
You said you didn't have any family or friends left in Siracusa, and a place to go. Everyone at camp will be happy to have someone as interesting as you stick around. Irene and I have talked it over before, but I feel like you're not going to stay with us at the Union forever. There's doubt in your eyes and hate, but I don't know who they're for. Do you still remember what you were like when you first saw Irene?
I don't remember anything worth mentioning. I woke up in the camp, and you and Irene were standing in front of me.
The moment you saw her, your expression changed in an instant. Though it went back real quick. You thought she was someone else, didn't you?
I might have been a bit lightheaded when I woke up. A Lupa woman wearing a red hoodie, protective gear around her neck. Irene really does remind me of someone I hate. Doesn't matter if it's Jan or Siracusa. Every time I run into that girl, I get struck by a bout of bad luck.
So that's how it is. I'm not going to ask you if those stories of Ursus are ones you heard from elsewhere or ones you experienced yourself, Ludmilla. No need for us to argue over who's more unlucky in life either. This really is a chance encounter between two sfortunati. Irene always says life will show how much it cares for people with bad luck. It's just running a bit late is all.
Ludmilla says nothing in response. As the truck turns past the intersection, she turns her head to look out the window on a whim.
That's... Katso! The steering wheel's not working all of a sudden!
Summer, look out! There's a car over there! True Wolf finally found you. You will not get away. Hey! Can't you see there's people in there? Your knife and my arrow blew up their tires. Shouldn't we save them? Oh. You're right, Agnes. We shouldn't get distracted during a hunt.
A splitting headache pounds against the inside of Ludmilla's skull. She yanks off her seatbelt and pushes open the truck door, falling from her seat as she does. As her face plants into the ground, she sees a familiar red silhouette fade down the intersection. Before the dizziness disperses, before she can take stock of the situation, before she can check on Summer, rage. An unending rage washes over her like the tide.
What the hell's with this bad luck? How come it's you again? You goddamn Lapetta! I've handled tougher fights in the Siracusa of all, with many more people on the other end. But I'm always the last one standing, no exceptions. Don't treat humans like beasts. Your hunting skills won't work on me. You can certainly continue to try. Same goes for you, Project Red. I'll find you. My blade, not sharp enough. Come. You can hide from me forever. I won't wait any longer for Vargo's answers. I lost to the Volp out of nowhere. Damn pup! Think you could just walk away after I finally found you? You again?
Ludmilla brandishes her knife once again, but Project Red nimbly dodges it. A heavy kick immediately slams into her back. Her arm is pinned down and her knife clatters onto the ground. By the time she can react, she's already being pressed down into the dirt. The rough scraping of her face against the ground brings a memory to the forefront of her mind. In the alleys of Lungmen, she was held down by the same damned wolfpup, unable to resist the neither. The same sorry figure pressed against the ground, the same pain shooting through her body.
My arm! Let go of me! Peasnuts! Vaffanculo! You stronza! I nearly had my revenge in Lungmen! Why do you have to get between me and Kalsit? Master couldn't fight anymore, so why'd you kill her? Why the hell do you keep showing up over and over again? Why can't I kill you? Why? I remember you. I hunt wolves. You're not a true wolf. No need to kill you. Kalsit said we shouldn't kill a homeless hyena You're in pain. Katze doesn't want me to kill you. Grandma's waiting for me. I don't have time to waste. I need to find the last true wolf. Don't get in my way again. I've left Rhode Island. I'm not listening to Katze anymore.
The Lupa clad in a red hoodie stays for not a moment longer, disappearing down the depths of the alley. Ludmilla doesn't get up. She lies against the ground, cradling her near-dislocated arm, waiting for the pain and humiliation to seep in and drown her. She suddenly remembers Summer's words. This really is a chance encounter between two Sfortunati. Irene always says life will show how much it cares for people with bad luck. It's just running a bit late is all.
You sure about that, Summer? Summer. Oh, right, Summer! Damn it! I got so caught up in chasing that stupid wolf pup. I forgot Summer's still in the truck.
November 6th, 3:20 p.m.
I'm terribly sorry that you came all the way here for nothing, Signore.
Did she not tell you where she was going?
No, but please let Judge Lavinia know that Irene is looking into her request in all earnestness. When she came back to camp, she asked us all to inspect all the association trucks. She should be investigating the accident right now.
Alright, calm down. I'm not here about that.
Oh, Ludmilla, do you know where Irene went? Why are you being so sneaky? Nearly didn't notice you. How'd you get your clothes so torn up? Did you get in a fight?
I tripped. Are you Ludmilla? I have something for you. It should really be sent to Irene so she can notify you, but since she's not here, giving it directly to you should work too. What is it? A citizenship certificate and identity documentation. You pass city halls and the court's background checks, and you've accumulated enough citizen points. From this day onwards, you are a legal citizen of Nuova Volsinii, formally registered in the Trucker Union's Register of Drivers, and are entitled to all rights stipulated in the New Urban Management Act.
Finally! You treated us to salt soda a day too early, Ludmilla.
Surprised? We are aware of your, special circumstances. You still need to undergo regular oropathy checkups. If your infection worsens, we will reevaluate your treatment plan. The Truckers Union holds a special position in the city. At first, it would have been quite difficult for you to pass the background checks. Irene actually came over to City Hall and Courthouse many times over this matter. She even made herself your guarantor, and many of your fellow drivers followed her and signed off your materials too.
Oh, don't look at me like that, Ludmilla. We couldn't just let you treat us to food and drinks forever.
Ludmilla?
Look, don't need to push her too hard. She's not the talkative sort. Why, when I got my cert and documents, I was probably way more shocked than she is.
I understand. According to her data, the uncle who took you in as a child was involved in a turf war, and his entire family was murdered. To be honest, everyone's got a story like that. After the founding of Nuova Volsinii, many Siracusans once under the yoke of the famiglia rushed over, obtaining new identities and breaking free of their influence. Many mafiosi have also broken free of their famiglia in this manner. In this city, we all have the right to escape our pasts and embrace new lives. Congratulations, Ludmilla. Ludmilla silently stares at the certificate and documents in her hand. A chance encounter. No, I'm not a cultured man, but these words, don't you think they're about people like us? This really is a chance encounter between two Sfortunati. Irene always says life will show how much it cares for people with bad luck,
It's just running a bit late is all.
So this is how life decides to repay the unfortunate.
What's gotten into you, Ludmilla?
Has Summer shown up?
No. Hasn't he been on break from yesterday evening up until now? Maybe he's picking out Carnevale presents for Guri.
Don't make excuses for him, Ruggiero. I know what's going on with the two of you. I was riding alongside him last night.
You talking about the car crash last night?
Mm-hmm. That was our truck.
My god.
Based on the look on your face, he hasn't come back here. Know anywhere he might go? Think quick.
There was supposed to be a delivery to the service station near dock number 3 last night. At times, we'll also head over to some abandoned warehouse under Venezia trucking.
I've already checked them all. The scene of the crash was already cordoned off by the time I went back, and Summer and the truck were both gone. After that, I searched the place you mentioned. Nothing. I could have left him there. Damn it! If I wasn't distracted by that wolf pup, maybe...
Ludmilla...
I'll keep looking for him.
November 7th, 2:30 p.m.
This is the only place left.
Ludmilla stands between the shipping containers, looking out at the bustling port in front of her. Over the course of the entire day, she searched everywhere she could, but found nothing. She was once able to make her way through catastrophe-torn Chernobyl with ease, and led her team on precision strikes in the middle of a chaotic battlefield. Yet now, she could not locate even an ordinary truck driver. She feels like the target of some sick joke. An inkling of helplessness suddenly worms its way into her mind. Are you saying we're sending the floats off now? Yep, they're all assembled anyway. Send them all to the expansion plate. That's where the Carnevale parade is starting. I knew that. What I meant was, weren't we meant to send them off at night? The trains are pouring down all of a sudden early, remember? Not often we see such bad weather come by Nuova Volsinii. Who the hell knows if it'll rain again later today? That's a dozen giant floats out on the move we're talking about. If they run into that kind of weather, we'd have to do traffic control. And I'd rather not have to deal with that headache. I suppose that makes sense. Come on, Sprigati, while the rain stopped. Oh, right, you're going to be passing by a lot of places on the way. Remember to cover those floats with tarps. City Hall wants to keep their designs a mystery until the parade. Got it. I'll go call the boys over.
If Summer could only go back the way he came, and he wanted to hide a truck in a port this busy. Don't tell me he...
In a corner of Nuova Volsinii port, a dozen or so mobile cranes are hoisting up giant tarpaulins, creating a labyrinth out of thin air, sealed away from the outside. Under the tarps, a dozen oddly shaped giant beasts sleep silently. Their resurrection at Carnevale, this is their cemetery. Ludmilla passes by them. She is not in the mood to investigate these strange constructs. She walks directly to the end of their procession and stops. There lies a great wolf. Vast amounts of imitation fur cover the truck underneath its frame. Its tail oh so conveniently droops down over the eye-catching dents and gouges of the truck's carriage. It bares its fangs in soundless snarl, guarding the secrets hidden below its body. She pulls open the door to the truck's container. She's greeted by a pile of black tires. Alongside...
This is... What are you delivering for the Venezias?
It's a batch of tires tonight. It's usually stuff for making vehicles. Originium engines, steel, alloys, Things like that. At times there's also frozen fins, frozen meat, booze, meds. It's pretty common in other Siracusan cities. Goods the famiglia buy don't have to go through normal customs, so they save a lot of taxes. But here in Nuova Volsinii... Ludmilla pulls out her dagger, running it against the seam in the tire she spotted just now. She slashes at the thick rubber, revealing what lies hidden within.
Guns, staves, crossbows, even originium explosives. Summer, you idiot! Did you know you were transporting this kind of merchandise? Peace that! This is suddenly a lot more complicated than smuggling tires and crashing into the acting mayor. Wait, someone's coming.
It should be here somewhere. I'll take that side, Gambino. You look here. Veloce, veloce! Capone, did you ever think about how we're going to explain to Venezia Jr. where we picked up this trail, assuming we do? I mean, surely we can't just say Lappland told us. Actually, I'm more worried about how that crazy putz even knew Summer stashed his truck in the port. What the hell is she cooking up here? Fudge dang about it! No point in thinking about that crap. Just get back to work. Wait, I think the polizia's outside. Hide!
Sir, it's me, Noemi. Have you found anything on your end? I don't drink coffee. It's too bitter. Come on, let's stay focused on the task at hand. I know the truck we're looking for is hidden around here somewhere. Get over here quickly. Right, the west side of the port, where the floats are being stored.
Wait, the dockhands are starting to... Ludmilla hears the sound of cranes pulling away at the tarps, and the engine of the vehicle up ahead starting up. Both the mafiosi and the police are close by. This float, its secret, Summer, and the truck driver's new lives are about to be exposed to the light of day.
Brilliant!
Ludmilla's hands brush past her side, and she feels a damp spot in her pocket. It's the documents she folded up and stuffed in there, proof that she is now one of those idiots. They must have gotten soaked in the rain as she ran to the spot. She didn't have time to stash them away in her tent when she left camp. Caught in the autumn rain, she snaps back to reality. It's getting cold, she thinks. It would be great if she could warm herself up by a fire right now.
Look at this bonfire out here among the snow, friend. Once it could ignite the anger of the infected. It could spark the dream of reunion. It could set all of Ursus ablaze. But now, all it does is keep us warm. First, learn how to light a fire. Burn down this house and everything in it, so that nobody can find us. Fire hides everything, Ludmilla.
Ludmilla stands in a shadow not too far away, silently watching the blaze lick away at the carriage. It rises, engulfing the entirety of the Great Wolf. Fire can ignite anger, it can spark a dream, it can also bury everything in ash. And her own smoke can help conceal the fire. Before anyone else catches on, she can let it build into a towering inferno, inextinguishable.
I'm one ragazza sfortunata.
Alright, and with that we pretty much have, I would say, all the pieces in place. But before we talk about all of that stuff very quickly, we have one new enemy here, which is the festival jazz musician, and it says, a street musician adorned in holiday garb. He's not great with his instrument, and he's causing a massive racket. Good thing it's Carnevale. Good thing it's Carnevale. But yeah, we kind of have our... I would say right now we kind of have our full picture about everything right now, right? We now know the full picture of the car crash, what was transported in the truck. We know who was present at the car crash. Namely, Lucino was there and he observed what happened. He also probably saw what was in the tires, more than likely. then we have our characters that were close by that saw it. Ludmila was in the truck with Summer when it happens. She just disappeared because she was chasing Red. And then the two idiots! My god! I wanna put Red and Luna Cup in front of myself right now as the doctor. I wanna take that one paper folded fan from anime and from Japanese comedy and I wanna smack them over the heads! I wanna smack them over the heads! They almost killed an operator! Those stupid idiots! My god! Can you not? I know he has a stupid kid, but can you not kill him because of it? I'm sorry to all the Vigil fans, but yeah. Anyhow, I love the character, but still, come on! Don't kill him! Jesus Christ! But yeah, then we also saw who torched essentially the truck with all the contraband inside, and yeah, I'm actually surprised that the truck didn't explode because there were explosives in there. I think that's a bit of an oversight, right? She was mentioning originium explosives and shit like that in there. I'm actually surprised that through the fire it didn't explode. I don't remember anybody saying anything about explosion, just fire. So yeah, quite a lot of interesting stuff. What I will say as else, because I didn't say it earlier, is about the Signore de Lupi. First off, Grandma, aka Caesar, seems to be just a big asshole. All I'm getting, all the vibes so far I'm getting from her, unless it's gonna change down the line. This is only like halfway through the story right now. But right now, she seems like a big asshole. All she wants is to, well, to compete and win through her fang. Which, good god, idiot. Number 2, Vargo seems like the most neutral in between like compete and not compete. The vibes that I'm getting from the guy is he literally just wanted to have Umberto live because he liked Umberto, or likes rather Umberto, so he doesn't want anything to happen to him. So I'm presuming here that he just is being, you know, like the protective type of his fang. Then we have Agnes and Luna Cup. Probably the most wholesome duo of all of them so far. Like all the vibes I'm getting from that one is literally a mom that is pampering her child. Luna Cup is the most like prepared to live amongst people compared to Red. Red was undereducated. She barely knew how to speak when Kaltsit picked her up. Kaltsit literally, as stated by Red herself when she was telling her like this and that and that and that, knew nothing about human society. She was pretty much a blunt instrument. And then started to actually understand shit around herself a bit more. Which I think she needs a bit more understanding going forward. But yeah, a lot of stuff has caught up now, and we are gonna be, I guess, next time proceeding into the second half of the story slowly and see how it unfolds. So far, I will say the story is very good, and this first half of the story really reminds me of how Yakuza stories are structured. It's very funny. For people who've never played Yakuza games, pretty much a very similar structure in storytelling where you get a basic plot at the beginning and you get clues along the way, but when you get to certain points of the story, you start getting like a flashback to... I can't remember if it was in all of the ones that I played so far, but in most of the ones that I played so far, it was literally like a scene of, oh, here is a flashback to a scene that you saw at the beginning of the game, but now you have more context of it, because you see it from the perspective of a different character, or a different thing altogether, and you get more contextual clues, and then at the end of the game it can be a situation of, oh, I thought this guy is the bad guy the entire time through the game, but oh no, he is not! He was the good guy. That is the bad guy. But yeah, kind of reminds me of the plot structure of a Yakuza game. I wonder if someone actually pulled inspiration from those games when they were writing this. But yeah, story is very interesting so far, and that's all I care about, almost. It's very entertaining. And very heart-wrenching as well, my god. Alright, but before I leave you guys off, let's invite her on board, shall we?
クラウンスレイヤーはお互い馴染みのある名前だろうし、このままでいずれお前もこの名の持つ真の意味を理解することになるかもしれない。
Oh, I hear you tell stories about it. Don't worry about that. I've read the story so far. Yeah, very interesting. It's actually very interesting that she remained with Crownslayer with that name. But she has a purpose behind that name, so it makes sense. But anyway, she's on board now, and now I need to level up her trust. That needs to happen. But yeah, anyhow, this will be it for this part. So as always, to all of you, hope you enjoyed, hope it was entertaining, and yeah, if you liked it, please consider leaving a like, it would help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Like I always say, you can pretty much find every single Arknight story on the channel, pretty much done in a similar way, or well, the early stories might be a bit rusty. That was the start of the channel after all. But yeah, everything is there. Peruse, fine, just type in the story name and you will get there. And yeah, if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open. No video will be behind a membership, it's purely there for support. Thank you to all the members already doing so, much appreciated. Helps out quite a lot, trust me. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next part. Until then, bye-bye.